What is up, everybody? Welcome to the live. Sorry, first and foremost, I want to say I'm sorry. I think I start every live with an apology. But my camera power battery source went array yesterday. Couldn't go live, but I just want to make a quick announcement that moving forward, I've talked to the wife, I've talked to everybody. I'm going to go live every Wednesday. That seems like a good hump day to take a break from the rude advice stuff, to just talk about my movies and things that I love, to keep my fingers on the pulse of the zeitgeist of film and to see what's going on. And I think that's a solid commitment. I can commit to that. So moving forward, every Wednesday is when my lives are going to happen, for the exception of technical difficulties. Lives on Wednesday, and acts of God, health issues. CP, you can relate. Anything outside of those factors is going to be Wednesdays. All right. So moving forward, but yeah, today is going to be a fun Q&A, and I threw an invite out there to see who would bite. And my good friend, Mr. Charles,
hi,
is going to join us. Charles, I don't know if you guys have met Charles before, but he's a handsome fellow. He's well educated in filmmaking, and
often sick.
What?
Often sick.
Often sick. Well, yeah, that's true. But anyway, he's joining us today for the live. Oh, we already got super chat. I'll get to the super chats in a bit. But the topic for tonight, I just want to share that with you, just kind of give everybody a baseline. I saw this on Twitter that it was going live, like the Mount Rushmore of horror movies. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I saw a lot of interesting takes. I saw a lot of, artificially created, AI images of what's out there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come up with my own list. So I'm going to discuss my Mount Rushmore of horror movies. And you may be surprised with that because, again, as everybody knows, I like to go against the grain. I like to do my own thing. But there are going to be some historical references and ties to their influence and what they've done to the whole genre. So we're going to talk about that. And the original topic of tonight's live was actually 10 movies that I hate the most. And to be honest, after spending the 3 days trying to come up with the list, dude, I don't hate more than I couldn't come up with 10 movies that I hate. There's movies that I don't like, but to hate, I came up with a solid 5. So I'm going to share that tonight, and Charles is going to join me with that, and he's concocting his list right now. But how is everybody doing out there? Thank you for joining the live. I'll get to the list in a bit. We got some people in the chat already. Hayden, what is up? What's up? Good to see you. Joey, I see him on your channel all the time.
Yes, Joey's quite active.
Yeah, quite active. Yes, he is. Thank you for the support, sir. What is up? Is that a cow? Yeah, 2 cows. Alex, what's up, man? Oh yeah, hell, it's a party when Charles. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's one of the only few people that can actually genuinely make me laugh. Charles is here. What a pleasant surprise. Yeah, definitely. And again, I throw it out there. I like to have random visits. Like the other day was Adam from Adam Does Movies. First time we ever met, we synced up, and it was a great live. So I like it when my buddies come by and join the discussion.
Do people know yet? Is that public news? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They know that he's now he'll be joining us for the 31 on 31 coming up in May. And you know what? I'm gonna hit a timeout real quick. Charles, how are you doing with your movie list? Have you seen all the movies yet?
I'm almost done.
I am like way behind because, again, with my schedule and the kid and everything, the only time my wife and I have time to see a movie is at night. So that's like 11 o'clock or so. And these movies are keeping me up late, man. And I'm losing sleep. I don't get enough sleep to begin with, but I'm losing sleep because these movies are like 3.5 hours long sometimes.
Yeah, I think with some of these, like, it feels like everyone in the group has like 2 or 3 in this list that they just have seen a lot. I think in this year's instance, if you leave some of the stuff that you just know by heart, if you just leave that and go on memory or whatever, I don't think it's like I know what my number 1 is because it's top 3 ever for me. So like that was easy. I'm not going to rewatch that. It's not going to change. But if you know how you feel, unless there's some sort of note that you wanted to take, I think you know what you know. I don't know what a 37th viewing of something's going to do for the sake of,
Yeah.
Unless for freshness. I don't know. But yes. These movies are long. You might as well be
Yeah.
50.
Oh God, it might as well be. I think that as far as hours go, this is probably like 100 or more hours of film. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip there, but it's just exhausting, man. But I've already come up with my number one. I saw my number one last night. I didn't think it was going to be my number one, but just it connected with me in a different way, seeing it as an adult.
Hmm,
And I'm not going to say what it is, but I think everybody's going to be genuinely surprised at my
hmm.
number. Just throwing it out there. Uh,
I think it's gonna be a different variation of the comedy one. I think everyone's gonna have different ones, and the order is gonna be so vastly different.
because there's no bad movies.
Right,
They're
right.
all good. I mean, there's one that that kind of aged. It was a 90s movie. It didn't age that well, but it doesn't mean it sucked. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
so
3.5 stars. Oh, shucks.
yeah. So 31 is a good movie, by the way. So anyway, so we got a super chat. So Jason,
You're pretty good.
thank you so much, man. Rudy and CP, y'all are awesome. Keep up the G work. Hold on, that's on my phone. I didn't turn that off. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we work hard. We do what we can, man. So thank you so much for the super chat. I'll give you something else. I'll give you a moan here.
That's a lot of moan.
Yeah. Jason's the man. Check him out, man. Let's see. Charles is the goat. All right, man.
I can't live up to this hype. Just
I know they're hyping
if you
you up.
guys-
Hey,
if
what about
you
me?
guys
Don't
wanna-
forget about me. Come on, I'm the host, damn it, right? All like a narcissist, right? Wednesday sounds great. I always enjoy 2 beers midweek. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. Army of Darkness is my top 5 worst films of all time. Really? Whoa. And
That's
I
a
was beginning to
spicy
like
take.
you. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, I can see why you
All
don't
time?
like it, but all time? It's funny. It's aged. I mean, I recently saw it not too long ago. It is probably not the best one of the 3, but I love it, dude.
Hayden, have you only seen like 8 movies ever? Because if that's the case, that would make a little bit more sense.
Wow, man. Yeah, no hate, man, but like, wow, I think you're the first person I've ever met in my 48 years on this earth who says they did not like, no, hated.
Yeah, bottom 5 ever.
I know, I've never. It's got so much character and wit, man. It's so fun. The directing is always full of energy, and it's so inventive. Anyway, I was beginning to like you. Oh, we got another super chat. Hold on, another moan coming up. Thank you so much, Rex.
You're pretty good.
All right, had a long day. Y'all are live.
I think that's RN right now.
Right now. Okay, sorry. Right now. Yes, we're live right now. We're currently live. And again, thank you so much for the support here. But yeah, let's see what else we have. We all love you, Rudy. That's why we're here. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, we're going to be talking about my Mount Rushmore. Oh, I got to touch on this too. Hold on.
You're pretty good.
I haven't filmed. Let's talk. Have you seen Sinners yet, Charles? Okay, no spoilers in the chat, by the way. Okay, no spoilers, but I saw it twice this weekend.
Oh,
I saw it Saturday by myself. I left the theater and I called my wife and like, you know what? You need to see this movie. This is the first movie I've seen twice in one weekend since Endgame. I'm serious, because the historical significance, the themes, the folklore, the narratives, everything, it's so deep, dude. I mean, you've seen the trailers, right, Charles?
Yeah.
So there's a twist of something coming up at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's for all intents and purposes, it's a period piece, but there's an element that isn't very well covered in the marketing for it.
Yeah, it's touched on, so I won't spoil anything. If anybody who's seen the film, there's like a twist at the end dealing with another type of surprise element. To let everybody know, I went in blind. I stayed away from the trailers. I knew a Ryan Coogler movie was coming out. Anything he's done since Creed, he's got my money. I love him and Michael B. Jordan when they team up together because the films are always great. And this film, it's one of those films that I'm thinking about. Here we are, it's going to be Friday, and I'm still thinking about the film. It was such a wonderful period piece, and I love period piece movies like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I love those type of aged movies because it's our history, but not too far along. But this film was just, it just tackled so many things. And again, I don't want to say things in the spoiler sense, but it just stays with you. And it's beautifully done. It's beautifully written. There's so many great characters in that film, and I just left. Even the second time seeing it, I go, "This is an amazing movie. This is my favorite movie of the year. It's my favorite movie that I've seen in a long time." And again,
Mhm.
I've said on many lives before that I don't have a passion to go to the movies anymore because it's the same shit. But
Mm.
this film felt like the old piece of Hollywood was back. Storytelling, epic storytelling, and great directing, and it was so fucking good, dude.
And
So,
it's not an IP.
and it's an original movie. Yes, yes, dude. I mean, my God, dude, it was just amazing. So again, I was filming my review yesterday. The camera went out, so I got to film it again. But it's 5-star, thumbs up, 100%. Thumbs up. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Favorite movies in a while. So there you go. So you got to check it out, Charles. I can't wait to see what you think.
Oh, I fully intend on it.
Mhm.
I don't know if it. I don't know. I didn't have time anyway. I don't know fucking.
Oh, you're still overseas, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. When are you coming back to the States?
Supposed to be coming in May, but I have medical stuff that might keep me here. So supposed to be
Mm.
May.
All right. Well,
I like to travel when we have the 31s, and it really fucks my schedule up.
and then you lose all your gear and all your equipment, right? At the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. That was brutal.
Oh God,
It was a really bad time.
Yeah. So yeah, go check out Sinners. I loved it. And Sean, yeah, there's an element there with Iris Jigs. Yeah, it's amazing. I loved it. You have to go check it out. I fucking loved it. One of my favorite movies of the year. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the Mount Rushmore of horror movies. I saw this on Twitter or X. It was going kind of viral. I even saw it on TikTok. What is the Mount Rushmore of horror movies? And again, I saw the typical placements like Jason, Freddy, Ghostface, and things like that. And I was thinking, yeah, as far as popularity, I can see those films or those icons being on that list. But for me, I don't want to go with popularity. I want to go with historical significance. I want to go with their influence and what they've done to the horror genre altogether. So that's kind of how I built my list. Okay. So first, I'll go first, and then you want to go first. You want to do that, Charles? I go first, and then you go. I know
Sure.
you've okay, cool. So number one for me is Frankenstein's monster.
Ooh.
Boris Karloff. And I say this because I've recently revisited the Universal films from back in the day. These films are almost 100 years old. That's what blows me away sometimes. And seeing this film, it reminded me of just the old age of storytelling, and just it's a sad story. Most of those Universal films, like Wolfman, they're all tragic. They're all sad pieces of just like humanity and just character narratives, because the Frankenstein goes out of his way to create this monster, and then when he's born, he just treats him in this horrible way and cages him up, and you really feel sad for the monster. That's his name, the monster. He's not Frankenstein, but it's the monster. But it just kind of speaks to people who feel like maybe left out or maybe not part of society. They just feel like they don't belong with a certain group of people, what's normal. So I think it speaks to a lot of people in that sense, but it's a tragic tale. And as far as the look and influence, you have the cemetery, that the gothic look that's kind of tied into a lot of films as well. But I think it doesn't get enough celebration in today's modern age. And I get it, there's slasher films and things like that. But again, if we're talking historical significance to put on a Mount Rushmore, Frankenstein's going to be for me up there.
Yeah, you could do a modern spin on that.
Mhm.
Although knowing how cynical Hollywood is, they'd probably make it some sort of AI twist or something that Frankenstein's monster would I don't know,
Yeah.
make Siri or something.
It'd be AI or something,
Right,
or maybe,
right.
yeah, whatever. Yeah. Mhm.
Computer related. But yeah, there's plenty of themes that still work.
Mhm.
And
The score, the castle, it's epic, man. That's all that set. You look at it, and it's all practical. The no green screens. It's breathtaking, man. It's beautiful to look at.
Yeah, I guess I'll take that transition and go to my obvious pick, which I was just drinking out of his head.
What's your number one?
It's Jason Voorhees, and
Okay.
as a segue, Frankenstein's monster was the biggest inspiration for Jason Lives, Friday the 13th Part 6. Tom McLaughlin said he really wants people to try and watch that film in black and white because that's what he shot it as. It was very inspired by Frankenstein, and there's a bunch of references.
Wow.
One of the stores, I think it's named Carl Off. There's a couple of them, and I have yet to do it, but it's an interesting proposition to watch that movie uh, in black and white. It's one of the better lit Friday the 13th films, so I guess it makes sense.
Uh-huh.
But it's yeah. Frankenstein is 31. Jason lives his, yeah, 50 years later. It's inspiring something that really doesn't have anything to do with it. So, you know, stands the test of time. And I guess I could say the same thing for Jason, even though it's something of a copycat. They only made that movie because of Michael Myers was working, and Jason wasn't really technically in the first one. And once
True.
that caught on, once he put a hockey mask on, like that is something of a cliche. Anytime you watch a commercial or something and someone's running around, like they'll take Texas Chainsaw Massacre and blend it with Friday the 13th, where it's a dude with a hockey mask and just chasing kids. Uh, Significance is certainly there, whether or not you just want to blame it on a masked weirdo.
Yeah.
I think people who don't watch horror movies know who Jason is, which is and the same thing with Frankenstein. You could have people that never saw Frankenstein that know who Frankenstein's monster is. I just think people know Jason.
Yeah. He's definitely an icon. Yeah, definitely. And you know what? I need to revisit the 13th series because I think I saw part 3, the 3D one, the most as a kid.
Mhm.
And which is the one with the guy he chops up the guy with an axe because he's offering chocolate to him.
Oh, that's 5.
That's the one that made me cry because I felt sad for the guy. I cried when I saw it as a kid, man.
Well, his dad avenged him.
He wanted a friend. He got killed, Mom. Don't be watching that shit. Parenting in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
So that's I haven't seen them all. I need to see them again. I've seen them once or twice. Like AMC reruns them to hell every Halloween, and I know they're censored and all that, but
they
I
don't age well. They really don't age well.
Yeah. And the one you're talking about is when they dig him out of the grave, right? And the lightning bolt strikes the rod or strikes him and he comes back. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I can see
Jason.
that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like the electricity, like the shot of the electricity hitting the post. It's very, very Frankenstein-esque.
I got to check that out now. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So my next one on my Mount Rushmore of horror is Michael Myers. Because and I know that's cliche, and I couldn't keep them off. I was thinking about how do I not include the horror icons, right? The big ones. I can't leave this guy off because again, it's I love how Michael Myers in the white face of it. Anybody who's watching can project whatever they want on the character, and they never describe, as far as the writing goes, as Michael Myers as a slasher. He's just called the Shape. He's evil personified, manifested into this being, right? And he's just a killing machine. There's no purpose behind him unless you get to the curse and all that bullshit, right? But anyway, there's no purpose behind him. He's just evil. That's it, personified. And I love how it's very minimalistic and it's simple. There's not much blood. I don't think there's any blood in the original movie, but it all there's some, right? There's some blood, not a whole lot.
Oh, tits. I don't care about blood. There's tits.
Oh yeah, of course. Who doesn't have tits, man? Yeah.
Blood. Who cares?
Yeah.
I can't jack off the blood.
You should be paying me, bitch.
There you go. But yeah, it's minimalistic, and I love how the movie, we all know the story behind it, but again, they didn't have any money. It was a low budget film. They did what they could with as little as they had, and they used atmosphere, lighting, tone to create one of the greatest all-time horror icons, in my opinion, that is out there. And again, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure there's some other films that people would like to argue to, but Michael Myers is the one that started off the whole slasher franchise. Without Halloween, there wouldn't be no Friday the 13th. And so forth and so forth, because Friday the 13th was just a gimmick. They didn't even have a story when they put that ad on the newspapers about promoting it. But Michael Myers, in my opinion, started off the whole slasher genre of the 80s. But again, from a psychological standpoint, the blank face, no emotion, and just how anybody can just place anything they'd like on this blank canvas is what's brilliant about it. So that's my number 2.
I was checking to see if someone in the chat was just just trolling, but a terrible segue. Lar Park Lincoln, who is the lead in Friday the 13th 7, passed away like just this week, and
Oh, wow.
that's unfortunate. Yeah, too young for that shit. I sent you the link because for reference. I don't have a picture, but that website I sent, you know who it is. It's the one who's like Carrie. She's got like the
Oh, she's got this psychokinetic
yeah,
powers and all that.
yeah.
And doesn't she resurrect her dad at the end to come out of nowhere? And say,
Yes, yes.
What the fuck?
Not great.
How do we end this? I don't know, bring her dad back. I don't know. There, sign. Do it.
Yes, rest in peace, indeed. So you know what? Because you said Michael Myers, I'm not going to say Michael Myers. I'm going to Ghostface.
Ghostface, okay.
Because as much as we have, you know, these slasher icons from the 70s and 80s, I think it was kind of dead for a little bit there in the early 90s. And you know, leave it to Wes Craven to rejuvenate another icon or create another icon. And the wild thing about Ghostface is it's just the mask. They're always different killers.
Yeah.
And it's not unlike the point of Michael Myers. It's a blank face. There's the same mask every time, but you know there's no knowing who it is. And to take something that was something of it was a meta, like a satire of sorts, and to transcend that meta, transcend the fact that it was a satire and become its own thing. And here it is. It's, you know, if you're a kid of the, yeah, I would say 90s, but probably even the 2000s.
Mhm.
This is, you know, Gen X's Friday the 13th to us. I don't know why I'm getting the entire screen unless you're doing something, but it's probably the next best thing for as much as us kids of the 80s and 90s have our pick. Freddy, Chucky, Michael, Jason. I think Ghostface is like the first major icon of the last 30 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right on the money because you're the same age as me, right? I'm 48. You're what?
Oh, I'm a little bit younger. I'm 5 years younger.
5 years. I remember, and I think a lot of people don't recall this, but when Scream came out, it was the first meta movie I had experienced because the people in the film were more or less us because we grew up with the
teens during that time.
Yeah, we're teens, like we're 18, 20 when the movie came out. And again, we grew up on these films. So we all knew the tropes. So everything like the don't say I'll be back, you know, I'll be back. You know, we all joke like that watching these movies. So it felt like from a generational standpoint, this movie connected with me in a great way. So I love part 1. And just, you're right. I would argue that when you said that this movie kind of revitalized horror, I can agree with you. I can see why you would say that.
Slashers. So I'll amend it to say slashers.
Okay. Because when it comes to horror, in my opinion, the one that really kind of brought it back, because again, the 80s tropes were kind of dying out. For me, it was Candyman. That was the first movie I saw in the 90s that scared the hell out of me. It just didn't feel like a slasher. You had a supernatural element, Tony Todd. It really freaked me out.
I had a lot to say too.
Yeah.
it would be called woke today.
Would you think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His skin color alone would have it be called woke.
Yeah.
But it had like racial shit, some heavy duty racial shit there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely. And I did like the remake when it came out. I really did enjoy the remake, but yeah, that movie creeped me out. And then I think a couple years after the fact, Scream. So I would say it was Candyman and Scream were the ones that kind of brought back some, you know, life into the horror genre, especially in the 90s when things were kind of going weak.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You know, the slashers of the time, the Michael Myers, the Freddy, the Jason, around the time that Candyman came out, were something of a tired situation where they were like more funny than they were scary.
They became jokes at the end.
Yeah. And Tony Todd doing that Helen.
Yeah,
That was
that was
fucking
good.
creepy.
That was good. Damn, man. Why did I get aroused? Just kidding. No, but you're right. I remember seeing it at the theater on a date in Helen. The way it
Yeah,
just echoed in the theater.
bass, yeah, just like,
Ooh,
ugh. Yeah,
damn,
creepy,
man.
really creepy.
You know, R.I.P. Tony Todd, man. One of the best, man. One of the greats ever. I wish I would have met
Indeed.
him before he passed.
Yeah, I saw, I don't know if it was a teaser or a commercial or what, footage for Final Destination. He didn't look good there at the end. He looked really thin. Yes.
Sorry.
Oh my.
The faculty is up there with Screaming Candyman. Not for me, but I know depending at the age you saw it, definitely I can see that because I know it's a big deal to what's his face, our friend Cody Leach, that guy. I know it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
big
him.
deal with him, but I think it just, you know how it is when you're a certain age, the adolescent period, early teen, preteen. If you see a movie, it stays with you. And I think that's for that particular generation. For me, I thought it was okay. I saw
Yeah.
it once.
There's a bunch there at the end of the 90s, early 2000s. Like someone, I kind of shit on Valentine, which came out in early 2000s, and someone's like, "That's my favorite film ever." I'm like, "Oh,
Like, really?
really? But why?"
Yeah. Explain, please. Well,
Yeah,
again,
it's-
for me, like Flash Gordon is one of my favorite movies of all time, but
Yeah.
it's tied to my dad. So it's
Yep.
all depends on what you saw. So all right.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
a
just
decent
how it aligns with you.
Exactly. And again, super chats are appreciated, everybody. Please send them if you like. Show your support and love. Okay, so my number 3 for the Mount Rushmore of horror, Mount Rushmore of horror is Leatherface, and I'll explain why.
Local.
It is local, yeah, definitely local, and I'll get into that in a bit. I explained that in my review, but what this movie does, and in my opinion, what has it stand out from all the other polished Hollywood movies, is this felt like a documentary snuff film. It's so fucking raw in the way it's shot. It feels like you're watching something that's actually happened and filmed by the murderer. It's just so gritty, and it just feels. It made me sick the first few times I saw it as a kid. It just felt different. It didn't feel like a Freddy movie. It felt like I was watching something that was real. So uh again, and it also, I think in my opinion, it influenced that gritty documentary type style realism, and maybe kind of influenced that torture porn and things like that, slashers of that nature, but it feels so authentic. Maybe like The Exorcist, but again, The Exorcist, I watch it, I still feel like I'm watching a movie. When I watch Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I feel like I'm watching something that I shouldn't be watching. And maybe that feeling has kind of waned off because I've seen it so many times, but those first few experiences watching it, it stayed with me. And I remember it was everyone, and again, this ties to my childhood now because I'm in San Antonio, right? And the gas station that this was filmed in was just like an hour and a half north of me. Growing up, everybody thought this was real. And you didn't have Google back then. Google was your parents. Like, hey, did this really happen? Yeah, it really happened somewhere off at Austin and near Houston. It happened. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'll take you there one day. I'm like, I don't want to go, but everybody growing up, everyone's parents said it actually happened. And I would always get terrified when I go visit cousins who lived out in the ranch because I'd see all these rural areas and gas stations. I'm like, we're going to get killed. So that movie scared me because just going out, just out of town and just seeing just, the highways, it really terrified me because I thought we're going to run into that family. But again, for my opinion, for the reasons I've expressed, that's why I have Leatherface in Toby Hopper's film at number 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a wild one here, and it's, I guess it's not a human, so that's part of the problem. I'm going with the xenomorph
Oh,
from the Alien franchise. I don't know if I'm not allowed to use humans, but
you can do that.
big deal. It's a horror franchise that's going over 50 years now at this point. It's had some lows, but to take something like hunt and kill and slasher type elements and even action type elements and bring it to space and bleed it and crossbreed it with sci-fi. I love it when, for as much as Scream is a great blending of horror and comedy, I think Alien equally as much a great blend of sci-fi and horror. And I have an unpopular opinion. I prefer Alien to Aliens. Uh,
I can see that.
yeah, usually people are like, oh, James Cameron is the best one. I'm like, yeah, but it's not
They're
as scary.
two different films.
Right,
You got
exactly.
an action film, and then you have like a slasher film in the other. Yeah.
Right. And it's had a bumpy road, but that xenomorph, uh, creepy, scary shit, and it's not from here. It's not one of us. It bleeds acid.
For blood. Wonderful defense mechanism.
Mm,
Yeah. And we can all thank H.R. Giger
mm,
for his influence.
with his dick models.
Dick models and vaginal, entrances to caverns. I love when they show that ship crashed and you see the entrance, like that's a huge vagina. That's crazy. And I'm not saying that it actually is. If you go look at his work, which is brilliant, by the way, it's highly sexualized. But again, that's his thing. I think there's one picture of a xenomorph with like a cock coming out of its mouth or something like that.
Or even like the face hugger.
Why can't they use that in a movie? Like, hey, what the fuck?
The face hugger is like a lobster with a vagina in it.
Yeah.
But the vagina like has a penis that comes out of it to drop the little beast in you.
Yeah.
A lot of sex. A lot of sex shit going on
So
in that.
the vagina impregnates you, not the other way around.
Exactly.
See, think about that, people. Think about that.
An alien vagina. What was it? Wait, what was that?
Oh, sorry.
You grabbed my nuts.
Yeah, that is iconic, definitely. I didn't mean to cut you off with the you grabbed my nuts. What were you gonna say?
No, nothing of importance.
Come on.
No, I don't remember. I wasn't. It was something silly. I'm certain of it.
Okay, the xenomorph design is seriously one of the best creature designs ever. CBI2.
Nice.
It is. It's iconic, and I love over the years how they've kind of adapted it and changed it depending on who the host was. I do like that. And kudos to Ailey and Romulus for just, with a great director in hand and having a team that's bringing like authenticity to it. I mean, that one scene with Alien was being birthed in that ship, that whole sack it was in, it looked like a uterus. I mean, they're bringing nature, realism into this whole like space. And I love that. They're keeping it tied to, I guess, Giger's work. And the camera doesn't, hide it. It's right there. You get the big giant uterus looking right at you.
Very sexual.
Yeah.
The whole franchise is kind of just bathed in sexual imagery.
Sex and penetration, all that. Yeah, definitely all that stuff. Anyway, this is a different type of live now. My God. Let's say, Adam, hey, there you go.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
If we're putting non-human characters, the creeper would be on my. Okay, that's from Secondary Sex. No, what's it called?
Jeepers
Creepers. Yeah. Crappy films and shitty filmmaker aside, the lore design. Yeah, the first. You know what? I remember one of my first conversations with Cody, because I know that's one of his favorites. I remember telling him, dude, I fucking hated that movie. I went to the movie. And I think what annoyed me was the actor. Like, what's his name? I love him now.
Justin Long? In the first one, Justin Long.
Justin Long. I love him now. He's a great actor, right? But I remember just being so mad at his character. Like, you could have fucking left hours ago. But they kept going back to like the problem at hand. So when he died, I'm like, that's what he fucking gets. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? No, he had it coming. So that's the way I left the theater when I saw it.
Yeah.
I was annoyed.
The first one I feel like is really strong in the beginning, but never matches that tension it builds.
I've never seen the others. Did they make 3 after the fact or 4?
Yeah, the second one is okay. The third one is not. And then they did a remake, which I refused to watch.
I heard that was bad. Okay, Master, is it
Casalius?
Casalius. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. No problems. I mean, I appreciate it, man. The effort was there. If you can do it, you can't do it. Is anybody else having problems? I hope not. I hope not. Like, God, we're ending it live now. Screw that shit. Let's see real quick. Have you both seen Phantasm? I saw it because he recommended it. I saw part 1, which I really liked. I didn't know it was supposed to be like this dream-like atmosphere in the movie. But then I saw halfway of 2 and I stopped watching it.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It feels to me like you're either completely about it or could give a shit less. Like, I don't think there's people that are like, man, it's all right.
Yeah. It's part 4 is simply abysmal. I'll take your word for it, man.
Mm,
I definitely will. So going back to that was a great pick, man. Never would have thought of the Xenomorph, which is kind of stupid. And I do agree with you. I think somebody had it in the chat as well. I do prefer 1 over 2. They're both great. I'm not saying
mhm.
one's better than the other, but they're completely different films. I love that James Cameron kind of used the Vietnam War as a narrative of part 2. Like we think we're the superpower, but then this enemy mass numbers is just relentless. I like that little theme in there, but 1, I love just the set. It feels lived in. I love the sound design. I just love how the xenomorph is hidden most of the time off camera. You just kind of get shadows of it and just bits and parts of it. You don't see the whole thing. And I know that was done intentionally because it looks so bad.
And
But
really goes deeper into the mother theme.
yeah,
The name of the ship in the first one was Mother, and now it's like the Queen and Sigourney Weaver taking on Newt. Uh,
yeah,
you know, sex was a big deal in one, but the second one, I mean, mothers come from having sex, of course.
mhm,
That's the end result. But they really, there's a lot of themes going on in the second one, on top of just being more action than horror.
mhm. Definitely, definitely. Okay, down to my last one for the Mountain Rushmore. Okay, and this one, like I said, I did my best, but I was just thinking about significance and just an influence. And my number 4 on my Mount Rushmore of horror icons is Fred Krueger.
Hmm.
And I try to keep him
Fred,
off. Fred,
business casual,
Fred
Fred,
Krueger.
Frederick.
Freddy Krueger.
Something is trying to get inside my body.
The reason I picked him is because how damn original he is. I mean, think about it. The slasher films, most of the time, it's somebody in a suit, right? Somebody that's got vengeance or whatever the case is. But this is a supernatural entity that attacks you in your dreams. That is so
Mm.
unique. That's so brilliant, man. It's so simple. Why didn't anybody think of that before? But just the fact that this monster, you can be as safe as you want. You can, board up your house. You can do whatever you like. But the fact is that you're still vulnerable because I think the commonality that we all can relate to, that we all eventually have to sleep, is what terrified me as a kid. And I think that's such a brilliant concept. So I think that's Wes Craven's one of his greatest contributions to like the horror community, because that is such a unique idea. And that really just scared me as a kid, and everybody is around us. Again, no internet. We had those things, magazines, but just the idea, like, have you seen that movie about that monster that kills you in your sleep? Like, what? It immediately just grabbed your imagination as a kid. So I had to see it, man. And I just think of that originality, that idea, that concept is going to be forever timeless. That's going to be generational. They're going to remake it eventually. They're going to do their own thing, but it's such a brilliant concept. So that's
Yeah,
with Freddy.
they were creative about taking something from people's childhood. Like it's a fucked up twist on Mr. Sandman.
Yeah.
Today, to take like something from our childhood that we associate with pleasant stuff, like Winnie the Pooh, you just make Winnie the Pooh the villain. But back then it was Mr. Sandman. But like they still had the creativity to be like, all right, so what's the gimmick to make this horror? And it wasn't just Mr. Sandman but bad. It was, there are some creative liberties taken with it. And
Mhm.
man, you can copy something or be inspired by something and still be creative in your own right.
What was, in your opinion, what's the after Freddy? And again, I think we both can agree that the concept of him is super original, right? And just very unique.
Sure.
What is the next one that lines up with that? I can't think of one other than just being this unstoppable beast. You got Freddy, you got Jason, you got Michael Myers. I mean, what other hero has that type of originality? A hero, what type of villain has that type of originality? I can't think of one. I honestly can't.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. I just can't. Oh, hold up. Oh, you're thinking about that. Let me acknowledge this. Master Calicious. Is that say that right?
Casalius.
Casalius.
You're pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you, Master. I want to show support. What do you think of the Netflix? Oh, that came out like 3-4 years ago, right? Where those influencers go to this town in Texas and buy it. And
Is that what it is?
is that what
It's
you're
about,
referring to?
it's about influencers.
Is it? You haven't seen it?
No, the
No.
2022 one, right? I know
Yeah.
Netflix did one, and I just have not checked in.
I thought it was cool. I liked it. I know there's this one character I remember everybody was comparing to Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode. The original woman in part 1 comes back for vengeance. And
so they
and,
did a Halloween 2018 thing.
yeah. And it really didn't land. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I really, I'll watch it again, sure. But, because I'm a Texan, it's required. But I enjoyed it. And I really did. And you know what I enjoy more? Your support. Thank you. I really do mean that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Okay, how to get this out? Hey, look who's here. Yeah, everybody, the moan sound effect. It happens. I'm sorry. I'll maybe export it out for like a lower tone, but I just like the shock of it. So just the moan's gonna happen, all right? It's gonna happen. Right?
I think it's more for people who don't have headphones on. If you're trying to watch that around your parents or your girlfriend, and that comes on, you're in trouble.
I know. I just want to get people in trouble. But again, thank you so much. Here's another good one.
My mom had me young.
There you go.
I made the board.
Oh, yes. So that's my number 4, Fred Cougar. For you, sir, what is your number 4 for your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little creative again, and again, not a human being technically. I'm gonna go with Jigsaw, the little squealy bicycle guy.
Oh,
because of what it means. Jigsaw is the same way we were talking about Freddy Krueger and technically, no, excuse me, not Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers and technically Ghostface. It's what you bring to things. Jigsaw, that like the big thing about the Saw movies is what have you done in your life to bring you to this situation, and just what type of steps will you go to survive?
Yeah.
And it's a lot more of a challenging the victims more than just being afraid. Sure, the Jigsaw, the dude is a representation of the dire situation you're in, but those movies are more about the lengths that you would go through to stay alive and acknowledge that you haven't been the greatest person. And it's a big deal. What is there, 10 of them? There should be more. I don't know if we're getting the 11th, but what it represents.
Tobin Bell he's like an 85 or something like that.
Yeah, just get it done.
I follow he's got a YouTube channel and I subscribe to it. He's a great musician. He plays a lot of his own original stuff. Yeah. Yep. Check it out, man, if you haven't done so. Yeah, that's a good one. So you're not talking about Jigsaw itself, you're talking about the character that comes out.
Yeah, the little, I mean, shit, I guess you can use either the pig face thing or I was thinking of the little guy on the tricycle.
Yeah.
When you see that thing coming out, you're going to watch a video. Videos coming on telling you how to undo your situation. Billy
That's
the
what it was
Puppet.
called. I was Googling it. Thank you, Adam. Billy the Puppet. That's the name, right?
I think that's it.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to trust you, Adam.
I don't know what Pigface's name is, but yeah.
It's probably just Pigface. I think that kind of lands. What do we name it? I don't know. Pigface. There you go. I totally agree. I just think Jigsaw is a very interesting character. Yeah, again, you know what? I take that back. You know, when I was asking what's the last villain that's done something completely unique, I would throw Jigsaw into that conversation because, again, he doesn't technically kill you.
Right.
He takes people, like you said, who haven't appreciated their life and really screwed over people. Like, hey, what do you want to do? You want to live, motherfucker? cut off a pound of flesh. So that, you know what? Yeah, I would throw Jigsaw into that. So yeah, that makes sense, man. Yeah. Would you be willing to, like, what's the one of the messed up? Let's stick with part 1 and 2. Would you be willing to, I don't know, go naked through a barbed wire razor fence to get a key to get out of anywhere? Would you be willing to do that? I don't know if I would. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Or like, was that one guy had a key behind his eye?
Yeah.
You got the key. Like, oh, come on, really, dude?
Yeah. Like I can't like if I have like a hangnail, I can't take it off because of the 4 seconds of pain I would be in. So I couldn't imagine just digging my eye out to get a key.
Yeah.
Like if
All
someone else
places.
was doing it, right? Yeah, if someone else was doing it, like, oh, this is gonna suck. But like, there'd be such a I don't know, a blocking thought where it's just like, no, don't do that. That's what hurts.
Yeah. I would have put it in the rectum or something. Try to get that out. I bet you can't. God, man, I didn't know this life was gonna be so perverted with you, man. I like this.
Lying bitch.
All right. A Dice, what's up? The first scenario Rudy comes up with involves Charles. You called? Yeah, you know what? I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's right.
But mm-hmm.
Wow, that's insane. All right, so we got there's our top 4 for our Mount Rushmore of horror. Hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going to get to the next topic at hand. And again, send the super chats as you like. We'll get to your questions in a bit. But now we're going to be talking about my top 5 most hated movies. Now, the original concept of this live was my top 10. And I spent 3 days trying to come up with a list. I couldn't think of any more movies other than 5. So there's a lot of movies I dislike, but when I'm talking about hated, it's like that was a waste of fucking time. This is the only 5 that came up in my brain. Now, I know, Charles, you're joining. I don't know if you have a list for yourself.
A handful I can throw around. I'm just reminding you I'm shooting off in about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, I know you got to go. So again, thank you for the visit and the time and all that. So we may not get to all 5, but again, that's fine. So anybody in the chat, if you have anything, any movies you hate, throw it in there. I'll read the comments in a bit. But my top 5 movies that I've hated of all time. Number 1, Nora. I hated this movie, dude. I hated it with a passion. Now let me rewind. I enjoyed it. It was a good story, right? If I step back and take the emotion
enjoyed the
away,
nudity.
Who didn't, right? Of
It was
course.
like
I mean,
fucking for like 30 minutes straight.
That wasn't fucking. That was not fucking.
Well, it was.
I didn't know what he was doing. But, okay, we're off topic. Anyways, he did not know what he was doing. But anyway, aside from that, I'm talking about the story. I cannot get my head around how this movie won Best Picture. It's a beautifully shot movie. It's a great story. Again, taking the emotion aside from what I'm feeling, it's a decent story. But Best Picture. And again, I just couldn't feel bad for this protagonist. I mean, I understand the life she had, and I like the ending. The ending was kind of like, oh, okay, that was kind of deep. But I couldn't root for her. I was annoyed the entire time. It was at one point, it's just like 20 minutes of screaming. And I'm like, these kids this is not his house. This is his parents' house. I mean, they're fucking up. They shouldn't be getting married. I'm just thinking of all these mistakes they're making. And again, I was completely annoyed with them. And I knew he was going to bail on her. He wasn't going to stand up to his parents. And again, I just found it an incredibly annoying experience. Now, I know it's a dark comedy. I did not expect it to be a dark comedy, so maybe that was it. I just went in expecting like a kind of like a movie. I don't know, like drama. So even if I see it with the label of comedy, I still wouldn't enjoy it. Because there's this one line, I don't want to say here because I'll get banned, but she tells this guy, like, why didn't you hit me? There's one scene, there's the bodyguard that's toward the end. She says, why didn't you hit me? And he doesn't know what to say. And she goes, because you're a bleeping, bleeping bleep. She called him like a word you can't say anymore. And I'm like, what? Is she saying that he's weak because he didn't hit her? What's this bitch talking about? Anyway, I just didn't like it at all, dude. I did not like it at all.
To your point, the fact that you couldn't root for her, by the end of the movie, you know, it's rather clear, I would say, that she doesn't value herself, that she doesn't have a high opinion of herself. Like that last thing that happens, it's just like that's not the way you say thank you to someone. Like,
yeah, that's what she thought she had to do, right?
Right. So she doesn't like her view of life is transactional. So, you know, she's got some growing up to do. And
they both do. Yeah.
They all do.
Everybody did in that movie. I felt like that guardian, the guy that comes in and the act like, what do you think you're doing? Your dad's going to kill me. I felt like him. And again, I know I'm older, but the whole situation was just stupid. I mean, a young couple got married young in Vegas. I'm like, how did you think it was going to end? Again, maybe I'm just old and bitter old man now, but I did not enjoy it. Yes, the nudity was fine. Yes, I agree. Was it Mindy?
Great.
Yeah, Mickey Madsen. She is beautiful. Yeah, but again, I'm not taking away from her performance. And again, the fact that she annoyed me shows me that she's a great actress, and I believed her. So kudos to her. I'm glad she won. So all the accolades, and the director, I forget his name, but I know he's a heavy proponent of Champion.
Sean Baker.
Yeah, having people go back to the theater and all that. So I love all that. So I want more movies from him and all that, etc. But I just couldn't understand how this won Best Picture. In what lens do I have to see it to say, wow, that was the best picture of last year? And not even include Nosferatu, which is a better film in my opinion. But there's so many other films that were superior than that. How did that win over others? And I don't get it. But again, the Oscars lost all credibility with me years ago. I don't like them at all. But this is the one movie that came to mind that I just couldn't stand. Anora. Oh, bitter old man. I can relate. Yeah. Let's see. We got some other here. Let's see. Cats. I never saw Cats. You?
No.
Okay. Oh, that one sucked too. I don't know if I hate it, but that one sucked. Let's see here. The Grudge. Yeah. Smiley. I don't know what that one is. You know what that one's Smiley?
Oh, that's the Shane Dawson movie, isn't it?
I don't know. Let me look at Smiley.
Another YouTuber.
Smiley movie.
I'm pretty sure it's that one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it's like yeah. It's some guy with a bucket. It looks like one of those creepy pastas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Shane Dawson. I'm pretty sure.
Two of my most hated films are Pray for Morning and Shrooms. Okay, I've never heard of these films. Okay. The Predator, that sucked. Yeah, I left the theater thinking that was the biggest piece of shit ever. I don't know if I hate it or not. But like, yeah. Elves? Have you seen Elves?
No. Dice has got some interesting movies under their belt.
I bet.
That's all I'll say. Hasn't caught up with all the Halloweens, but has seen, I don't know,
Elves.
Evil twinks from Jersey.
Oh God. So the next film on my top 5 most hated movies ever is The Hills Have Eyes.
What the fuck?
2006. The reason I say this film because it absolutely made me sick to my stomach. I get it's a remake of the original, and I know what the original did, and I know it was shocking and all that stuff because the 70s they had balls and they were just putting shit on the screen that broke rules. Yeah, broke rules. This one was so difficult for me to watch because again, I get gore, I get killing, I get all that, but I don't want to see a young woman get raped. I have to say raped, right? I don't want to see a young woman get raped while her family's being killed and while there's a gun pointed to her sister who just birthed the kid and the killer sucking milk out of her breasts. That pissed me off. That made me sick. And I get what they're doing, but it wasn't for me. I hated that movie experience, and I get they technically didn't do anything wrong from the storytelling standpoint because of honoring the original film, right? Making it as, how should I say this, as shocking as it possibly can be. But just seeing all that happen, it angered the fuck out of me. And again, the movie is good from the directing as far as the makeup, the performances, all that. I get all that. It was great. But I never want to see that movie again because of the family getting killed scene. It's just too much for me. And for me, for anybody who's listening or watching here, family is the most sacred thing. And what do movies do that really kind of sticks to people? They turn families against each other. The Shining, right? Or there's countless other films where the Witch, the family turns on themselves. The place where you feel the most safe is now the most dangerous place.
Do you hate the coffee table with that logic in mind? Because of what happens in it?
Well, I did a review on that, and it was probably the most gut-wrenching experience. I even recorded myself watching it. God. I don't hate it.
Okay.
But I will never see it again.
Okay.
I'll never see it again. And it didn't show it. I think if it showed it, I think it would be more disturbing. But the concept of horrible accident in that movie, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody watching.
Yeah. That's a movie. If you haven't, if you want to, you should probably check it out.
Yeah, it's a memorable experience. And I wouldn't even say it's a horror movie. It's just a movie where something horrible happens. And this guy has to live with the consequence of that for the next hour.
Yeah.
It's
tense.
just, oh god, yeah. So my review's up. If you want to check that out, I was just making these faces like the entire oh god. But I know I don't see it as a difference because maybe that was just an accident. If they had intentionally did that in the film, I think I would have like turned it off.
Yeah, I think I get it now. I understand where you're coming from
Yeah, but
because you're
this
right. They
film,
don't show it.
yeah, but this film they showed it. Even if it's off camera, blurred, you
Mm.
still see what's going on and the screaming. It's just too much for me. It's too much for me. So again, that's why I have The Hills Have Eyes at number 2. And again, I want to be clear, this is not ranked from worst to best. It's just 5 movies that came to mind.
Let me intervene really quick, just in case I don't get time to do any of mine.
Sure.
I just looked on my my letterbox to see what's at the bottom, and this one sticks out to me. It's pretty recent. It's 2021's Karen, and it's something of a like a meme movie.
Uh-huh.
And I'll read my review as of September of 2021. In case you feel like you're in for some actual cinema with something to say visually, the opening shot of a woman wash cleaning a chalk written Black Lives Matter away. Well, so much for reading between lines. both ends of extreme in thought spectrum are here, and the subtlety of the movie is that of a Panzer tank. This movie feels like an SNL bit, but somehow feels too far-fetched for that show. Maybe just titling it Stereotype would do better.
Hey, you should be a
It's-
writer.
Thank you.
That's good. That's good. I've never heard of this movie.
Oh, it's bad. Like,
Oh, yeah?
it's called Karen, and like they lean so hard into it, where it's just like, here's the thing we want to do. This story doesn't matter. We just want to do a nosy bitch that wants to speak to your manager. It's so bad.
I will check. You know what? I will not check it out, but thanks for bringing it up.
You know what? Watch the trailer. You'll get as much as you need from the trailer.
Okay.
It's pretty cringe.
We'll do. We'll do. Oh, hold up. You got another super chat. Hold up.
You're pretty good.
Thank you so much, Gavin, the Cloud Moon. Thank you so much. Hold up. Ah,
You whore!
there you go. Have you guys seen The Studio with Seth Rogen? I highly
Yes.
recommend it if you haven't. I have not, because I don't have Apple TV. I need to get it. I hear
No, you
Severance
don't.
is really, really good.
Yeah, if you're gonna get it, Severance is probably the reason to do it.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
there's 3
it's fun.
seasons, and this is the last one, right?
I haven't started watching Severance yet. They just
Oh.
had Apple Plus just had a comeback for $2.99 thing.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try to watch as much Severance as possible. It's not like I have 31 movies to rank in the next month or anything, so I'll have all the time in the world.
I know. I'm barely gonna make it, dude, but I'm gonna take your advice. Like all the films that I've already seen,
Yeah.
like I've seen Goodfellas like too many
Right.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might skim through it, but I'm not sitting down for that. I know what I need to know.
Yeah. But no, I haven't. But Cody's, I think he saw it at Austin. He was raving about it. Then everybody says, you said you saw it, you think you loved it. And more or less, for those who don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's more or less just like a satire of modern day Hollywood, just taking IPs that are just stupid. Like what? I think there's a preview of making the Kool-Aid Man, the movie.
Mhm.
That's funny. And again, it's not too far from reality. And I love satire, so I'll probably will check it out.
It reminds me. I don't know if you're a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, that's one of the only comedies I'll watch.
All right, you should watch it then, because it has like that element of discomfort, like this social inappropriateness, where like you're trying to avoid something for a social reason, and it just gets worse. That's like basically the theme of each episode. Like the Kool-Aid thing. His job is to make a Kool-Aid film, and they bring up something simple like the Emoji Movie, and it's just dumb and simple, and should make money, but he wants to make like an auteur film featuring Kool-Aid, and I won't spoil it, but it gets
good.
really funny. He goes after an auteur, but finds out that he needs to make the stupid one, and the steps that he goes to undo his little mess it's cringe funny, like not cringe, but like
It's funny.
yeah,
It's fun.
yeah, uncomfortable is the best way to put it.
I will check that out because I think Seth Rogen, anything he's produced from picture standpoint, I mean, a movie, show standpoint, like The Boys. I love The
Mm.
Boys. It's a satire on, American culture, blah, blah, blah. So I will check it out.
Yeah. I don't like it when it got all political. Oh,
Oh,
what, The
yeah.
Boys? It's always been political. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Since day one, what are you talking about? Where you been, buddy? Okay, the studio's pretty great. Every episode has been hilarious. All right, John.
Yeah, I think the first one is free, and that's the Kool-Aid episode.
The first one's always free. What's the next? Mobsters. We're doing mobster movies, mob gangland movies, things like that. So that's coming out, of course, in May.
We're not doing a 31 on 30.
Yeah, I took the.
That person typed 30.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, but yeah, we're doing that. That's coming up, and I got to start filming that. I'm not gonna do like a movie. You know how I do those little movies? That's only going to be for Halloween. I can't think of one for like.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do fun shit. I'm just like, no, I don't know. No, I don't have.
Not
time.
with this volume of movies. No. Yeah, 3131. Happy birthday,
I
Jack
know.
Quaid.
I'm just being a douchebag. That's all.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Let's go back. What were we talking about? Oh, there we go. My top 5 most hated movies ever. The next one, again, no particular order, but the next one for me is The Last Jedi.
Oh, for the love of.
This movie just shat on the face of Star Wars fans. And you know what? Stepping back, it's been almost 8 years. I don't know. It's a great film. The film is great. The effects, everyththing's fine. It's the story and what they've done to legacy characters and how they just, oh yeah, you're gonna have with this guy in the gold robe as the villain. Okay, we're gonna fucking kill him. You can tell they didn't have a plan. You can tell Disney didn't have a 3-movie plan, at least bullet points of like, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna go here, and then this is how it's gonna end. I heard that even when they were filming, why is my lens all blurry now?
Could you talking about Disney with such
I know, right?
Words.
My power's going out. What's going on? No, I even heard that J.J. Abrams didn't know who was going to be the villain at the end of the film when they were halfway filming The Rise of Skywalker. So it was just, in my opinion, a very horrible way to manage one of the most treasured franchises ever. I mean, I remember when The Force Awakens came out, I loved it. I saw it in theater 7 times.
God bless.
I loved it that much because I loved how I knew it was a soft reboot. I knew they were introducing the Star Wars concept to the new generation, and I was excited for what was to come. And they just said, fuck all that. We're going to do our own thing and let Rian Johnson, who I love in Knives Out. He's a fantastic director, okay? But the fact that he really didn't, he did what he wanted. They let him do it. So I really don't blame him, but I wish there was more oversight on, hey, this is the arc. This is the whole story we're trying to tell. And we can't be doing this. And the fact, and again, what pisses me off the most is how they treated Luke Skywalker. Even Mark Hamill was vocal about, this isn't Luke. This isn't what I played. And he, even on press tours, he was telling people, this is not the Luke that I signed on to be. This is not who I think he is. And nobody did. And the fact that Disney went and made this trilogy with no plan and just put whatever out there and knew the fans would eat it up because they have such a loyal fan base, it pissed me off. That's when I started disliking Disney. At that point, I haven't supported anything they've done. So again, The Last Jedi, in my opinion, is a movie that I hate what it did to a cherished character and franchise when they could have went a great way and told a great story.
Well, Rudy, I have to fly, and I'm slightly bothered because we could have had our first Brian moment where.
Oh, you like this movie?
I could talk about this for about a year and a half, but awful timing.
Okay.
Put a pin in this. Someday we'll get to this, but I have to fly. I have prior engagements.
Okay.
Thank you for hosting me on my I don't know what is it? It's Friday for me.
Yeah. Oh, it is Friday. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye. Now that he's out of here, we can fucking have fun. God damn. Anyway, did I say that out loud? Just kidding. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on The Last Jedi. Again, I know a lot of people love it. I know a lot of people love that it took risks. I love a lot of people say that, hey, it took a chance. You can do that, but again, without shitting on legacy characters. That's just my opinion. Yes, there you go. So he's going to have a great night. Well, they're certainly not recommendations. Okay, what? Okay, am I missing something? What are you saying, Dice? Let me scroll up a little bit. Satan's Mistress. Dice, what the fuck do you watch? Jesus Christ.
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
God. I don't know. You got to do like what are those videos? Like check out my content and just like go down every DVD and Blu-ray that you've got. I'm pretty sure we'll see like the Virgin Witches and things like that. I don't know. But yeah. I want to see what you got there. I watch almost anything under horror. You're welcome again. Oh, thank you so much. All right, did I miss any other comments? Let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's coming out this weekend. I won't go see it because again, that's not my generation. I know there's a lot of people who grew up with those films, like they were 5 or 6 and they saw these movies and they love them. That's great. Go ahead and check it out. For me, I thought they were shits. That's just me. But they weren't made for me. They were made for the next generation. George knew what he was doing. Let's see here. I couldn't agree more with you already. What they did to Luke Skywalker. Yeah, it's absolutely criminal. I will never forgive them for that.
We'll see, bitch.
All right, going on with the list. Let me see here. The next film I've got on my top 5 most hated movies ever, and again, super chats, all your support's very welcome. So go ahead and send those if you can. Is The Rise of Skywalker. This one is probably worse, in my opinion, because it's an absolute shit show. They had no plan, as I said before. They didn't know who the villain was at the end. And how the hell can you make Rey Skywalker a descendant of Palpatine? And Palpatine ultimately wins? And a descendant of... I'm going to say this out loud again. A descendant of Palpatine is a Skywalker now? So Palpatine won? What the fuck are you doing, Disney? I mean, again, what are you doing? It made no sense to me. Again, the movie felt incredibly rushed. You knew they had no plan. All the characters were conveniently placed where they needed to be to find a certain object. It made no sense. How can the Sith have a blade that's a map marker that will show you where this whatever the fuck it was, this pyramid thing would be at a Death Star that's crashed onto a planet, when the planet crashed after the blade was made? It's like Disney says, the fans, fuck them. They're going to give us their money anyway. We're just going to put whatever we can out there, right? It doesn't matter. All the Star Destroyers have to be tied together, right? What? They can't leave the atmosphere unless one has a homing beacon? What? It doesn't matter. Just go ahead and put it on there. It just... I left that movie pissed. But I went because, again, it's a Star Wars movie. At one point, they were special in my life. I mean, think about it. Remember Star Wars growing up? It was a wonderful experience. And now I avoid it. Now I hear Andor. What is it? Endor? The show, I hear it's really good. I will probably revisit that. But anything Disney has done post The Force Awakens has been shits. The Obi-Wan show was shits. What else? What's the other one? Rogue One is probably my favorite now. Rogue One is probably my favorite, tied with The Force Awakens. After that, I don't give a shit about anything at all. And Palpatine. Yeah, I love the character of Palpatine, but bringing him back in this movie feels like it was like it undid the end. Yeah, and it totally just ruined Vader's legacy. He was the chosen one to bring an end to the Sith, and they just totally wiped out his whole purpose. It sucked. I mean, it pisses me off in so many levels. And again, a Palpatine. I remember when the trailer came out and everybody was reacting to the trailer, because at the end of the trailer they have the Palpatine laugh and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Watch my reaction. It's somewhere on my channel, but I was like, "What the fuck is that Palpatine? Like, that doesn't make any sense. They didn't set him up in the first 2. You're just gonna bring him up out of nowhere." It made no sense. So anyway, it's just fuck you, Disney. Oh god. Exactly, but how much longer will people keep going to see? They have a loyal fan base. It doesn't matter what they do, what they make. They have a loyal, embedded family fan base that people will continue to go to. It doesn't matter how expensive things are or get. People will still go to Disney World and wait in line for hours on end and spend their money to go to Disneyland. It's part of like family creed now and culture. So they will never lose that fan base. They'll never wise up. I hope they do because they deserve a good quality product, right? They do. And Disney isn't giving them that. God. The Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's a fun one. Mine's I would have to say New Hope and then Empire and then that. I definitely would. Jason, what's up, man? I am not a Star Wars fan. I've seen the OG trilogy maybe twice in my life. Wow. The mid trilogy only once in the theater as a kid. I have no idea what Disney did to this. Imagine something that you love, and there's like characters in this story that whatever you love is iconic. The world knows what this character is. No matter what country you go to, the world knows what this character is and what he stands for. And then imagine an IP that IP is bought by another company and they totally just shit on it and disrespect them. I don't want to go with the woke narrative and all that. I don't want to go down that line. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. I don't know. I just say, hey, man, respect the legacy characters and respect what was done before. Like, in my opinion, the best franchise that was ever rebooted with a soft reboot and done wonderfully and with total respect was Creed with Ryan Coogler. He respected the Rocky franchise. He respected what Stallone had built story-wise, and he took care of those characters, and he brought in a new character into that world that was tied to those legacy characters, right? And it was treated with respect, and that's how you do that. You treat the IPs with respect to create a new chapter or a new legacy. You don't just shit on them. That's my opinion, because that's the best way to handle a soft reboot, in my opinion, is go watch Creed. If you're a Rocky fan, you loved Creed. I know you did. Let's see here. Hell yeah, Empire. I think that's my favorite. It's so dark. Yeah, I love it, man. And too bad we'll never get something like that again. Too bad. Instead of making Rey a Palpatine, I always thought it would have been interesting if they made her Anakin's. Yeah, something like that. I remember for a while. You remember the rumors on YouTube? Everyone was just making videos of who's Rey. Everyone was thinking it was like Obi-Wan's daughter, and I think that would have made sense. I would have been fine with that. But a Palpatine. A Palpatine? How the fuck does that make any sense? It doesn't. It doesn't. At all. Take that, Disney. Anyway. What do we have here? I haven't seen Empire Strikes Back in probably 15 years. I do need to rewatch it. Yeah. You check it out. It's really good. I know Palpatine gets vaporized and is resurrected. I know. It didn't make no sense. Like, did his body disintegrate at the core of the Death Star? How did he, what? Oh, his essence, his soul left that body and went into another clone. Oh.
I am Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me, bitch.
Oh, hold on. Also, technically speaking, Palpatine is her father, not a grandfather, since her father is just a failed clone. Oh, I didn't know that, but that just pisses me off even more. Thanks for pissing me off, Adam. I'm kidding. All right, and the last film I have here, and then we'll open it up to a general Q&A. This is the last film that I hate with a passion. I actually do hate this film. I was angry at it. I wanted to shut it off, but I was committed to watching it. And it's not necessarily a film. It's a short film, but it is the VHS Viral, the skateboard movie. Now, I love the VHS franchise. I love how a lot of these stories are really good. I mean, and it introduces a lot of directors, like Ty West was in part 1 of the VHS franchise. And for those who don't know, it's an anthology series where there's about 4 or 5 short stories within the film. And, you know, the main character in the film, whatever, they find old VHS tapes, they play them and they watch these films, right? And they're all connected in some way, form, or fashion. But the VHS franchise is, you know, as of late, there's been some misses, but for the most part, I do love them. They're fantastic. And VHS Viral came out in 2014, and there was this one short story called, I think it was called Skateboard, and it was shot with a bunch of this like GoPro cameras on helmets, on shoulders, and the whole thing is just jittery. And then you add quick cuts, like a Taken Liam Neeson jumping over the fence with 20 cuts, but then you add these 20 cuts with all the shaky cam. It's the most nauseating experience I've ever had, and I've never been so pissed off to turn off a movie in my life until I saw this. If you know what I'm talking about, yes. No, I didn't like it. It pissed me off, Master. It pissed me off. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, don't even bother watching it. But it's just a bunch of teenagers just being pains in the ass who see like a woman the Llorona like in a ditch, and then it turns into zombies, and these zombies are after them, but they're on skateboards, so they're running from these zombies on skateboards doing tricks. But again, the cameras are just tied to their helmets, so you have that still head, and the camera is shaking, then the camera's just moving all over the place, and the editing. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. It's the most frustrating experience I've ever had, and that's why I have skateboard at my number 5. God. If you feel the same way, go watch it. If you have seen it, let me see here. Oh, I love again, the franchise VHS. I love the franchise. It's great. I love there's some stories in there that are actually creepy. I love it. But yeah, that particular one pissed me off. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the viral thing. Yeah, I hate viral as a whole, but those kids in the skateboard segment absolutely sucked. Yeah, it was so annoying, man. So damn annoying. But yes, if you want to check that out, then go check it out. Fuck that short story is what I meant to say. As a matter of fact, if you love, I recommend the VHS franchise. Those, I mean, there's like 8 or 9 movies, and I think 7 of them are really, really good, especially the first one. So go check that out. You know what? I haven't seen Prisoners. I have not seen. Yes, the Rat Man. That one was creepy. My favorite segment one was a documentary crew, and I forget which VHS franchise this was, or which movie this was, but it's like in I think South Korea or the Philippines, where you have this crew documenting a religious cult, and they go into this cult that no one has had access to, and the crew that made that short movie is the same crew that did the Raid 1 and 2. So that one, again, I don't know the name of it, but it's it's foreign, and they go into this cult in South Korea, or something like that. But that's probably one of the best segments ever. Is it VHS 2? That's probably one of my favorite stories ever, because it gets grotesque, it's violent, and it looks so good. And it's got that documentary style. So again, that's probably my favorite all-time VHS short story, done by the same crew who did the Raid. Yeah, that's VHS 2. Yeah, that was just so stellar, dude. That was so fucking awesome. So if you're gonna leave this live with a recommendation, go check out VHS 2 and check out that segment. Oh god, chills. Is that the name of it, Troy? Hey, good to see you. I hadn't seen you in the live. I was glad you made it. The Raid is so epic. Yeah, I have 1 and 2 in the back somewhere on that shelf. It ended on a cliffhanger for part 2. I'm hoping we get a 3 one day. I really am. Yes, I do like that one. I was dating at the time. This one girl introduced me to that film. It's like the haunted house, right? They build a haunted house. I've seen part 1, and then something tragically happens while they open. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Oh, that's the name of the short? Okay. There you go. So everybody check out VHS 2. The story's called Safe Haven. I guarantee you will enjoy it. And if you enjoyed it, leave some comments below on this live and let me know. But that one is probably my favorite segment ever. Oh, it is awesome. Did I miss any super chats? No, we got them all. Okay, so that does it, everybody, for my 5 most hated films of all time. I can leave it open to a Q&A. So if you guys have any general questions, just throw them in the chat. I'll probably stay live. What time is it? Been live for 1 hour, 18 minutes. It's 10:09. I'll probably stay live to maybe 10:30 or maybe 11, depending on how the live goes. So ask any questions you like. If not, just let me know. Let me just take this off real quick. There you go. Oh, super chat. Did I just get that one now? All right. Thank you.
You're pretty good.
Master, thank you so much. Thank you. What does it say? What mask is behind your head on the shelf? I see Ghostface, Pinhead. Oh, that one is the Tarman from Return of the Living Dead. One of my favorite movies of all time. That movie is actually signed by the cast right there. So if you ever want to know my favorite zombie movie of all time, it's Return of the Living Dead. One of the best damn soundtracks ever. But that's the Tarman. War Brain. He's in my intro. War Brain, that guy. So yeah, that's an awesome flick. Zombies. Zombies. So thank you for the super chat.
Bitches leave.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, what do we have here? Favorite Lynch movie? Oh, we're gonna go David Lynch now. Oh, dude. All right, now we're talking. For me, right now, it's probably Blue Velvet. That's my favorite. And I saw it once. I bought the collector's edition a couple weeks back. That film is just so. It's not for everybody, but it's just so amazing. As far as just the psychology of just people in general and how everybody, whether it's a place, whether it's a home, whether it's a building, whether it's a person, everybody has a dark side to them. And I love he opens that kind of thesis statement with the beginning of the film, showing the white picket fence, the beautiful like American neighborhood, and then it goes into the ground where you see the bugs and all that other stuff. So I love that statement. And Blue Velvet. Yeah. One of the best films ever, dude. I haven't seen Wild at Heart, man. You know why? Because it's not available anywhere. It's not, if you go on streaming, you can't rent it anywhere. You can't see it for free. So I've been trying to buy it. So yeah, Wild at Heart, man. I want to see that because reading up on it, it actually sounds like true romance. And I don't know if Tarantino stole this from David Lynch or whatever, but you have Nicolas Cage who acts like Elvis and he has a young girlfriend and they go like on this crime spree. And I go, hey, isn't that true romance? That came out first before a true romance. So maybe they stole ideas. I don't know, but I need to check it out. And plus it has Nicolas Cage. Anything Nicolas Cage does, it has my money. The Last of Us. I'm waiting for my daughter because that's our thing. It's a father-daughter, like our connection, because we played 1 and 2 before she moved out for college. So I haven't seen the first 3 episodes. She's coming over Sunday, and we're gonna watch this week's, but the past 2 weeks that we missed. But I know what happens. I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything that was like different from the game. I predicted that. Spoilers, everybody, just spoilers. 3, 2, 1. I was actually predicting that they were going to kill Joel like the first episode. They did it in episode 2, which makes sense with Pedro Pascal's like schedule. He's in everything, so it made sense to kind of kill him off in episode 2. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm jealous, man. I want it. So Rudy, if you could be any horror villain, which oh my God. Ooh. Oh God, you just got me. You got my brain like locked in right now. If I can be one, does Satan count? Just kidding.
I am Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me, bitch.
I'll be Joe Blow from the Rudy Ray Moore films. I'll be Joe Blow. No, let me think. Give me a couple seconds here, everybody. Let me think. Who would be the best horror villain? Which one would I be? I don't know. Because inherently they're all evil. I'm not an evil guy. I mean, but if I can be one, I'd be something that's practical. I'll probably just be Ghostface. I'll probably tear my meniscus or ACL running after somebody because I'm so damn old. I don't want to be Freddy because I'm tied to being a demon and all that. I like his humor. I mean, I dress up just to tell people like shit like this.
We'll see, bitch.
I would just if I can just dress up as Freddy and just tell people.
We'll see, bitch.
I'm down to be Freddy. Okay. I want somebody with character. I do like Chucky though. Because Chucky's fucking hilarious. You stupid bitch, you filthy. Oh, I think I have that here.
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
And you know what? I am the shortest guy in Autop stream, being at 5'8". So yeah, it makes sense for me to be a good guy doll.
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
So there you go. I beat Chucky. I'd be the short Hispanic Chucky. Oh God! All right, on to this. Let's see here. What do we leave off at? Yeah, I hear he's great, man. And again, I love William Dafoe. But again, Dennis Hopper, dude. Dennis fucking Hopper, dude. Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon. If you've seen Blue Velvet, you know what they're talking about. But yeah, God, I love that movie. Again, I mean, even honestly, Troy, the scene where Ben is singing "Dreams" by Roy Orbison, I play that twice a day. It's like my stimming song. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give it. If I got a copyright strike, I don't care. I'm just gonna show it for everybody. All right. Stand by. Let me bring this up real quick. So, fuck the copyright track. I'm gonna play it for everybody. Hold on. Why do I watch this all the time? I don't know. I just do. Hold up. But I do. So hold up. Hold up. I said wait. Okay, here we go. See, okay, boom. All right. Why do I play this? I don't know. And just to set this up for everybody, what's his face? Dennis Hopper's character takes Kyle MacLachlan over to this place called the Pussy Palace. So it's like a bordello. And in this bordello, we have Dean Stockwell dressed in drag who does karaoke performances of Roy Orbison's Dreams. And I just want everybody to know that if I ever did anything like in Halloween, like this Halloween, I want to dress up as Ben. I want to dress up as this guy because he's damn cool. Hold up. Here we go. There's so much going on in this scene that you don't know. Like, how can I see it? Like right here, you have a character leaving a room where somebody that she loves is being held hostage behind that door, right? And she's seeing them for the first time. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to spoil it from you. So you have somebody who's going through something completely tragic. They love this person behind this door. They can't see them, so this is their brief moment to see them. Outside of that, she's a sex slave to Dennis Hopper. It's so fucked up. And then here you have I forget his name. How can I'm so bad with names now. The guy who voiced Chucky. Who's the guy who did the voice of Chucky? I know his name, but who's the guy who did Chucky, the voice? Because that's him dancing with a snake right there. Yeah, Brad Dourif. Thank you. That's him dancing with the snake. It's a brilliant movie. It's so fucked up in so many ways, but it all makes sense with the narrative he's trying to say. So again, it's so haunting. Again, you have to check it out and just see it with just an open, like a lens for just human psychology. It's just, fuck, it's good. And I don't know if I lost any people there, but again, it's true. That's why I love that movie. So this Christmas, I want to be Christmas. This Halloween, I'm going to dress up as Ben, Dean Stockwell, for Halloween. I may do that. I may dress up for the 31 or 31 as Ben. Yeah. So anyway, that's just a glimpse of, we went on the Blue Velvet rant. But yeah, there's so many layers to this movie that make me love it. And I know I didn't appreciate it when I was younger, but seeing it as an adult, I really, really enjoyed it. Satan is good. Satan is our. So there you go. There's my, yeah, that's the dude from Quantum Leap, the show. That is him. I didn't know that they were supposed to do a sequel, but they did great numbers wise. Yeah, I don't know if it needs a sequel. I wouldn't want one, to be honest. I wouldn't want one whatsoever. Yeah, Dennis Hopper is incredible in that film. He's just, yeah, he's so fucking haunting, man. Don't you look at me. Yeah, and you know, the inhalant in the movie, and again, I'm kind of going on a rant here, but he sniffs an inhalant before he starts to have sex or tries to start sex with this person, right? The inhalant. In the original script, it was supposed to be helium. So when he inhales it, you're supposed to hear him with the helium voice. And Dennis Hopper said, no, that just doesn't land right. Can we change it to something else, like something that kind of gets me high? Because you can't get high off helium. And they changed it. And he went on to say years later, that's probably one of his biggest regrets, is that he convinced David Lynch to go from helium to something else. Because if you watch the scenes and just imagine him saying what he says with a helium voice, it's a little disturbing. And maybe that's what he was shooting for. I don't know. So yeah, there you go. There's my David Lynch rant there. Do you prefer Breaking Bad or Sopranos? You know what? I prefer Breaking Bad. I never really got into Sopranos. I know, like, what the hell are you talking about, Rudy? But yeah, I never really got into it. But I do love Breaking Bad. That was really, really good. Yeah, the first Doom movie, I've only seen half of it, and I know David Lynch hates it, or hated it, as far as him not having director's control or final cut. But I need to see that again. But of course, the new ones that came out with Denis Villeneuve, those are masterpieces, man. Hopper is great in River's Edge, Easy Rider. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. My favorite film composer? Oh God, these are good questions, people. Tell you what, this is what I'm gonna show you. Check it out. I'm just gonna kind of go off script here. Hold up. What do I have on my YouTube music? Let's see. What do I have here? My favorite composer, I can tell you, is I forget. I can never pronounce his name. I gotta work on this. But my favorite composer is Akira Yamakoa. He's the guy who did all the music for Silent Hill, all the Silent Hill movies. So I love his music. I play it in my background every day when I work. Every day when I'm working, I play it. Let's see here, just to kind of show everybody. I'm gonna share this with y'all. You see, this is like my YouTube. I have a YouTube music subscription, but Akira Yamakoa, he's my most listened to artist, along with the Silent Hill 2 soundtrack. I play it all the time. Erasure, Radiohead, I've recently discovered again. It didn't land with me as a kid, right? But now I love Radiohead. You see, I listen to like all types of shit. With my ADHD, everybody, I need music that's kind of like not like a pattern base. It can't be a lot of lyrics, because then I'll start focusing on that. I just need atmospheric music. So Hans Zimmer definitely is up there as well. What else did I have here? Madonna. And get this, I listen to this all the time too. The Resident Evil save room on loop. That music calms me down. And all the stuff, the Joy Division's good as well. But yeah, this is just like a snapshot of what I listen to or repeatedly all the time. Depeche Mode. This album just came out this year. Silent Hill, the Headphones 2. Radiohead, my favorite album. I don't have a favorite album. I just play random stuff. Karma Police is good. Let me see. OK Computer. I think the ones I have most play here is OK Computer. Like Let Down, that song made me cry the other day. I don't know why I did. You see, it's weird. Like you see, everybody I'm 48, right? I'm gonna be 50 in a couple years. In 10 years, I'll be 60. In 20 years, I'll be dead probably. I mean, life goes by so fast. Like you get to this age, you start connecting to things more in a wholesome way because you appreciate it. So like when I hear lyrics like from Let Down, it got me all teary-eyed and emotional. Like, what the hell is going on? You just appreciate just simple things in life that connect with you. And music, I mean, I don't care what language you speak. If the music is just hitting you, it's all vibrational. It just hits you and it can really connect with you. So yeah, I guess those are the ones that I listen to the most. Creep. My son likes Creep and he's 2 years old. So yeah, that's what I listen to a lot. There you go. I can't listen to metal. I can't listen to anything like that when I'm working because, again, it's just the pattern-based stuff. Yeah, so if you have any Radiohead recommendations, like, hey, this is like the next 5 songs you should hear, put them in the chat or put them in the comments of this video. That way I can look back and listen to them. But other composers, I like John Williams. I play the Superman soundtrack with score a lot as well. Beck, no, I need to hear his stuff. Again, I'm trying to listen to things that I normally don't listen to. Because you know how it is. Sometimes you're caught up in you have the same playlist and it's been like Spotify, here's your playlist of this year. And you go back 5 years and it's all the same shit. So I'm trying to expand myself to learn other things. Okay. Hail to the Chief. Hail to the Thief. I'm sorry. It was great. Okay. Check that out. David Diggs, I'm 48 too. It's funny that you're just discovering them. Well, again, I know in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, they were big and I knew of them and they played them for me. It didn't connect with me. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this shit. I want to stick to my 80s hairband stuff. That's what I want to hear. So, you're stubborn, you're stuck in your ways. So I knew of them, but I just didn't really sit down and just listen. You know, you can hear it, but are you listening? Are you? You know, that's the difference. I wasn't listening. Speaking of Superman, I know, dude. My son got me that poster for Christmas, so I'll have that up there. I cannot wait for that either. Talking Heads is good too. It Follows. Do you love the It Follows soundtrack? I need to hear it. Like the soundtracks I hear the most are the Resident Evil video game soundtracks. That's another thing I listen to. Suspiria. The Suspiria soundtrack, that's by Tom, the guy from Radiohead. Tom York, I think is his name. I have that on my playlist as well. Of course, the Halloween movies, I have that score as well. Who's the guy who did Dracula, the Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Coppola? Let's see. That's the score that I play all the time. That is a great score, by the way. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Woo, that is fucking awesome. Who did that one? Bram Stoker's Dracula. Well, I can't even pronounce his name. Something Killar. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, David. That dude. That's a great soundtrack. Score. Excuse me. Score. That's a great score. Did I miss it? I hope I didn't. Let me see. I'm sorry if I did. Let me go back up. You know what? I got that. Sorry. Oh.
You're pretty good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. You also get this one as well. Hold up.
I am Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me, bitch.
All right. What's the best video game of all time? Oh, I would say Super Metroid. Yeah. For me, the best video game of all time, for me. Fuck, that's a hard question. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid from the PS1. That's the first time I remember in my adult life. I was like 19, 20 when it came out. And it's the first game I remember playing that I felt like I was actually playing in a movie with the credits and the names coming up when you're still in that dock, getting into the elevator. I will never forget that experience. I felt like I was a main character in a movie that I was playing. So Metal Gear Solid for me is my choice. I would also throw in there Resident Evil because that was also the first game I played as an adult. And again, it wasn't just Mario Brothers. These are the games that felt like movies, and I loved horror movies at the time. Like I said, that movie, Return of the Living Dead, I've loved since '85 when it came out. So playing Resident Evil 1, as horrible as it looks today, it was groundbreaking and state of the art at the time. The sound design was scary. That game scared the hell out of me. And this is a game. This is the first time in my life that I was actually scared of playing a game. And Resident Evil gave me that experience, the first one. So I would say it's those two, in my opinion. But those are great choices for you as well. Was that one on the Super Metroid? That's on the Super Nintendo, right? And the Orica of Time. I know that was on the 64. But again, thank you so much for the super chat.
You grabbed my nuts.
But yeah, Metal Gear Solid. Hence, that's why I have.
You're pretty good.
Do you guys ever hear my ringer? Did I ever play my ringer? I'm such a Metal Gear Solid fan that when you call me, it has like the codec screen. The codec screen comes up and my ringer sound. Let me see if I can find it. Sounds. I want you to hear my sound because I actually got David Hayter to. Hold on. Can I play it? Hold up. Let me see if we can play it. This is my notification sound.
New message received.
No, that's not it. Where is it? Where is that sound? No, that's not it. That's not it.
Received.
You're gonna have to wait now, people. Hold up. Where is it? Ringer. Here he goes. This is my sound.
Rudy, this is Snake.
So I actually got David Hayter to record that for me at a Comic-Con. Can you just say, Rudy, this is Snake? That is how much I love Metal Gear Solid, man. Yeah. So anytime he calls, like I'll be like in a public place, Rudy, this is Snake, and like people look at me like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, Resident Evil Village was great, man. I loved it. Lady D, I would leave my wife for her. My wife knows this. Let's see here. Did you ever watch the primetime series that came out in December called Secret Level? Each episode was based. No, I didn't. Where's that on? Hayden? Where can I find that? Sequel? Oh, guys. Okay. Wow. What is my favorite sequel? The one that comes to mind for me is probably the one that Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2. That game, my God. I need to still film a review on that, but Silent Hill 2 is my number one. Still got. I actually found this at a garage sale. My son found it at a garage sale, but check that out. Silent Hill 2. Still has like everything in it. So yes, this is my favorite sequel of all time. I would say maybe Resident Evil 2 would be a tie for that as well. But that game, for it to come into my life at 21 and it haunting my dreams for the next 6 years after I played it because of the narratives and themes, which were so unlike any video game I've ever played, it haunted me for a long time. And I love the remake that came out. I know some of the gameplay has aged since the original. I can get people weren't connected to it or maybe liked it, but yeah, that's my best sequel of all time. Street Fighter 2, I can see that. Yeah, that's a great pick. Mortal Kombat 2, yeah, definitely. OG Resident Evil 3, I have known. Let's see, I have no most nostalgia for with them. Early RE games, the remakes were such a huge letdown. No, yeah. Let's see. I still have the OG Resident Evil Code Veronica and the classic PS2. No. The original Code Veronica didn't come out on the PS2. It came out on the Dreamcast. That was the first platform it came out on, and I actually owned a Dreamcast, and I bought a Dreamcast specifically for Code Veronica, and then it was ported into the PlayStation a year or so later. That one, why did I sell that game? Such a stupid thing. It even has a 5-year anniversary. Really? Okay, I didn't know it came out on the PS2. I had it on the Dreamcast back in the day. Oh yeah, Arkham City is also a great one as well. Definitely. Let's see here. MK Armageddon, that's also a good one as well. Definitely. Yeah, the fighting games. I mean, I think my peak in fighting games was Mortal Kombat 2. There were some days where I would play with my friends on weekends and I would go undefeated for a weekend because I knew everything. And after that, when it was 2D, I was like a master at it. And then Tekken came in and Virtual Fighter came in and they started turning it into a 3D like fighting game. And that's when it lost me. Yeah, hopefully they'll announce that soon. Do you like the Silent Hill movie? Yeah. In my opinion, I mean, outside of the Sonic movies, because the Sonic movies are pretty loyal, loyal to the actual games. That's probably one of my favorite video game movie adaptations. Definitely. What time is it? Okay, I'm going to end the live in about 5 minutes. So if you guys have any super chats, you can send them, or any other final questions, send them my way. We'll do like a lightning round, so to speak. But my favorite Mortal Kombat is probably part 2, because I remember it just came in and just blew everything out of the water, dude. That whole first time I saw Baraka's kill where he puts the blades in the character and lifts you up and your weight impels you. I remember that giving me a nightmare. God, it's like, that was dark, man. I think a lot of people don't understand how fatalities in video games were such a shocking thing. I mean, Sub-Zero was ripping people's heads off and you had their spine hanging. That was like, insane. That was so like, what are we doing here? Adam, if you had to fight one of these, if you had to fight one of these horror video game characters, well, I'd be dead either way. I mean, I'm dead. I don't want to do Dead Space because they'll turn me into one of those creatures, man. So I'd rather just the Nemesis come and just blow me up with that rocket launcher. Yeah, Baraka's cool, man. Let's see. What else do we have? Anything else? Yeah. Were you an A team or Knight Rider? Knight Rider, dude, all the way. If I had the money, I would buy Kit. I don't know why, but on my TikTok feed, there's been a like this restoration page that I've been following where they found like the old Kit car, and they're kind of like refurbishing it. Who is a character you are excited to see in Superman? I think Nicholas Hoult was still. Well, this is so unique because the Superman movies have always been kind of like limited. They really haven't explored anything like cool. It's always been like Luthor with a land heist and Superman, right? It really hasn't. We haven't seen a Brainiac. We haven't seen anything different. And I think with James Gunn coming in, I think we're going to see a lot of that. But as far as characters, I'm excited to see Superman with the Justice League. You know, not with the core characters, but I'm excited to see Superman with the Justice League, like Hawkman, Guy Gardner. I'm excited to see what James Gunn does because he's always had success. There hasn't been one film that he's done that I do not like. I have complete trust in the guy. So I'm excited to see what he does. Oh, another super chat. Oh, hold up. Thank you, Master. Let's see here.
You're pretty good.
Thank you so much. Oh, hold up. If you could have the powers of any Mortal Kombat character, which would it be? Sub-Zero. I think. No, that'd be second. I would probably go with Scorpion, just because that get over here. Like, just I'd be pissed off and get over here. And playing with lava and shit, fire, the other world, and all that shit. So I would probably go with Scorpion. Maybe Sub-Zero. God damn, that's a hard question. Yeah, it'd be one of those. I have to make a decision. I would go with Sub-Zero. There you go. I would go with Sub-Zero. Great. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Bitch, are you for real?
Let's see what else. I mean, Sub-Zero could defeat gods. Yeah, that's true. Poltergeist was bad too. That's out of nowhere. What are we talking about? Oh, somebody's probably watching the live from earlier on. Max Payne. Okay. That'd be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, me too. I think we are going to get a Brainiac or something like that. And again, I'm excited about it because I know they're starting to film the Supergirl movie, and I know Jason Aquaman, he's going to be playing Lobo. I'm excited about that. I've always wanted to see a good, movie adaptation of Lobo, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I think Jason Momoa has been wanting to play that character for a long time, so I'm excited. I really am. I mean, I'm going to go see the what is it called? The movie that came out this weekend, I think, the Marvel movie, Thunderbolts or something like that. I hear the reviews are great. I want to go check that out. But I'm really excited about DC. I'm really excited about a new universe under James Gunn and just the possibilities that are out there. Because with Marvel, I know what to expect, and I know some people love it. It wore out for me, but I'm excited to see what James Gunn does with Superman and that whole DC universe. I grew up playing with He-Mans. I am not excited whatsoever. I mean, we'll check it out. I think I love the Dolph Lundgren movie from Canon. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah, sure. But I love that movie, but we'll see. We'll see. Yes, I did. I thought she was great. Okay, new Killer 69. Oh, yeah, I love James Gunn. The man has done no wrong with Guardians. And yeah, Suicide Squad. I love that one. I expect nothing less than a great. Yep. Troy McClure, thank you so much. Hold up.
My mom had me young.
Lying bitch.
There you go. You get one movie prop ever. What would it be? God damn it. All right. Did I show you what I bought? Did I show everybody what I bought at Trader's Village? Check this out. It's something I've been wanting to get since I was a kid. So check this out. So, how do I say this? When it comes to movie props, this is something that I've always wanted to have since I was what? When I saw the movie 7 years old, this is something I've always wanted to have. So I guess movie prop wise, this is what I've always wanted. So I got it. So if I were to pick like a second one, I would pick the throwing star in the movie Kroll. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? The throwing star in that movie Kroll. It's like a star with like knives. You can control it with your hand. Yeah, so that one I need to get the batteries for it and maybe display it here somewhere around here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe put it on the door back there. But yep, you know what I'm talking about, Kroll. Let me see if I can find it. Hannibal Lecter's mask. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Yep, that's the one I'd want, that throwing star. It's not practical, I get it, but that's the one I would want. Yeah, thanks, man. I got a good deal on it because those things go like on eBay like 500, 300. I got it for 200. Neuralizer. Hey, I get that. Yeah. So like moving forward for the rest of my life, I'm going to be a Ghostbuster because I have the suit. I made the suit myself, the flight suit. I have the PKE meter. I have the ghost trap, and now I have that. So I'm set. Sean, always good to see you, man. One more question, then I'll go ahead and end it. Did I get all the super chats? I just want to make sure. I got them all. Yeah, the Sean being Sean, always the man. Movie prop, Mortal Kombat, Ghostface, Seth Rogen. Okay, I got them all. Thank you so much. Okay, this will be my last question. To pair this with Troy's question, get one video game prop replica. What would you pick? It's a prop, right? I can't be like a person. I would probably get a life-size replica of this. Hold up. I got a lot of shit. Hold up. This here is Pyramid Head, but it's also a display for your phone. So when I'm working, I usually have like documentaries or something playing on this thing, or just like music. You know, I have the screen locked. I'm playing music through my speaker. But yeah, I would probably get like a Pyramid Head replica or the mask so I can wear it while I make love to my wife. So you think I'm playing, but I'm not. Rudy's a freak, man. What's up with Rudy? Yeah, you get older, man. What can you say? Oh, the plasma cutter. Yeah. That, I mean, other things that I would pick probably like Metal Gear Rex or something like that. But Silent Hill, like the Pyramid Head, that mask. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, there we go. There we go. Did I miss something? Greetings, Rudy. How was your Easter week? Hey, man. You know what? It was good. I took the wife to go see Sinners on Easter. How weird is that? Yeah, I actually saw Sinners twice this weekend. And I was filming my review and my camera broke. I had to get a new battery. So look out for my Sinners review on that. And I know the Until Dawn came out this week as well. I love the games. I don't like what the trailer showed me for Until Dawn and how they adapted it to a movie. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of heavy expectations for that, but it was great. Thank you so much for asking. I love fix like okay. I lied. I said that was the last question. I keep going here. Rudy, what would you rather see? Sam Raimi. I once had a girl who made me get down while wearing your Freddy glove. Well, what's with all these young couples now dressing up as Ghostface and having, sex? Don't answer that. I went off the rails there. There's like this whole subgenre of that on TikTok, and I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? I get it, but come on. Anyway, I think on that note, I'm going to end the live. Sincerely, everybody, thank you so much for joining the live. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed what I said earlier in the live, moving forward, all my lives are going to be on Wednesdays. Again, I think that's a great time to take a break from the rude advice stuff, which I do every day, all day. And again, I love how that's taking off, the coaching programs that I have and the sessions. It's really doing really well. So I think Wednesdays would be a great break for me just to kind of have fun and remember the roots of what I do here, man. So I love movies. I love talking about them. And I love hanging out with y'all guys. So again, thank you so much for all the support, all the super chats, all the love. And again, I will see you next Wednesday. If you guys have any topics you want me to bring up, because again, I want each topic to be fun and engaging. So put them in the comments below on this video. That way I can look at them like, hey, that makes sense. I'll go with that. And I'll give you props when I start the live next week. So again, every Wednesday is probably around 8:30 or 9 is when I'll start them. Okay. So peace, good night. And here's this wonderful song with Cody and CP being lovers. So where's that out? Here you go. Boom.
Cody and CP, 2 hearts in